Okay. Hi, Andreas. How are you? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Nice to have you here. So, we're going to be talking about your book, The Noom Mindset. And as I was saying before we got on, I thought it said moon, but it's actually Noom. Is Noom an acronym for something?
uh, it's not. We do like to actually think about it, moon as being moon backwards, but it is not an acronym. It is a name that we found that really resonates with people. So that's why we went with Noom.
Okay, what does it mean exactly?
It actually doesn't mean anything. It's a made up word. We There is a deeper meaning around, looking at the moon backwards, that we like to think about. But when we were initially testing out names, the company's first name was actually called Work Smart Labs. We transitioned to Noom, I believe it was in 2013 or so, and that was because we wanted something that would really resonate a lot more with our Noomers, is what we call them, and it really worked. It resonated a lot more with people.
Okay, so this is just sort of like a brand name.
Yeah, it's a brand name. You could say that. That's right.
Okay, like Kleenex.
Yes.
Because a Kleenex is, synonymous with tissue, right? But
Yes.
everybody
Or a
just
band-aid,
says
right?
Kleenex. Okay, I get it. All right. Well, let's dive into the book a little bit. Now, I'm looking at this, and is this a weight loss program, or what is it about?
Yeah, so it's not a I wouldn't call it a weight loss program. We have a weight loss program, but the company's mission is to help people everywhere lead healthier lives through behavior change. So the book is a book that is geared towards helping people change their behavior, and that could be applied to a lot of different things. But the key is that it's meant to be something that is sustainable, and it's meant to help people's lifestyle and helping people's lifestyle in a more holistic way. And we kind of think about the four pillars of health as being nutrition, stress management, sleep, and exercise as well.
Okay, so the Noom mindset would apply to all of those four pillars, right?
You can use it to the mindset. The book that you're reading or that you have, it has a uses weight loss examples. It's kind of our first flagship program that we've put out was our weight loss program. So it uses a lot of weight loss examples, but I wouldn't call it a book or a plan for weight loss. It's more of a it's more the documenting our philosophy and around how we think about changing your behavior for any sort of pro health lifestyle.
Well, if we can, let's use the weight loss example because I'm a
Sure.
candidate for that. That's one of my New Year's resolutions for the ninth time is to try to
Okay.
take off some weight. And I've tried everything and nothing seems to work. So I am open to any suggestions or concepts or ideas. So tell me a little bit about that. Now, you said behavioral change. I'm assuming that's going to mean uh, the types of foods that you might want to eat, or getting off the couch a bit more often and doing some walking or exercise, or what is it? How does that apply to weight loss?
Yeah. I mean, I think it applies in many ways, even to the example of what you said. You said that you're a candidate. You've tried something. I think you said nine times. Um, I'll use that as an example. Oftentimes, we have patterns that we fall into, and I think the kind of the perfect audience for the book is somebody who says, "Well, I know exactly what I have to do. I can't do it, or I'm struggling with it." And the idea is that there's this internal dialogue that takes place within your mind, um, and that can be helpful or not so helpful for your health journey. So what we want to do here with this book is give you the tools, give you the different processes that are happening within your brain, and some skills to be able to challenge some of those patterns that you might be falling into time and time again.
Okay, one of your talking points says overcome thought distortions. Is that what you're talking about?
That is, yeah, absolutely. That is one of the the things that we do talk about. So essentially, a thought distortion is a thought that is not really grounded in is an unhelpful thought that is not really grounded as being helpful or grounded in reality towards your weight loss journey. So, for example, we have something that we call all or nothing thinking, and if I can't run a mile immediately, then I'm not going to do anything. That's kind of an all or nothing thinking kind of example. Other kinds of thoughts about that, we think about having a day where you have a slip or something that is not aligned with your journey. Oftentimes what people will say is like, all right, well, I'm done. I'm not gonna do this anymore. And that's the equivalent of having, let's say, one bad day at work and kind of quitting your job. That's not something that we would think is a normal thing that you would do. And yet we have these distortions or these ways of approaching behavior change that often impedes our ability to do that. And so one of the first and most important things is actually just seeing that happen while it's happening and labeling it as such. So yeah, that's absolutely one of the things that we talk about in the book.
Well, okay, so applying that idea of thought distortion to weight loss, you see the ice cream and you say, well, no, I can't eat that. And then you end up eating the whole quart of ice cream anyways. And you say, well, that's okay because tomorrow I won't eat it. And then it'll just go like that to the next week. Because that seems to be what happens with people. They cheat once and then, or they have this such extreme kind of, I can never eat this again. And I must give up all of these things that I love to eat. And then it just becomes so painful that people say, forget it. And they just go back to their old ways.
I wouldn't necessarily label that as a thought distortion per se. I would actually put that under the category of deprivation. If you're depriving yourself of something, one of the things we talk about is how much that actually makes you want it a lot more. So saying to yourself, I cannot have something. You said it. I mean, you're saying, I can't have something. You want it more, and then when you have it, it's such a big reward because it's so you're satisfying something that is so strong. And so as part of the program and as part of the book is that you kind of learn how these processes take place, and that it's important to not fall into a deprived mindset because that might happen.
Okay. Where did the book come from? I mean, where did you get the idea that you wanted to put this together?
We've been working on different aspects of behavior change, I would say, since 2008, the company has. And, over the years, we've always started off with what is the latest in psychology that we can apply to a digital platform. And I guess after, 14 years of doing, learning a lot and figuring out what is a product that we think is satisfying to some extent, we wanted to put it on paper, and that way we can impact a larger audience and essentially get closer to our mission, which is to help people everywhere lead healthier lives through behavior change.
Okay, what exactly does your company do other than this book?
Our flagship program is a behavior change program that you would start off by going to Noom.com, and you would fill out an assessment that helps us understand what is the right way to kind of personalize the program for you. Then you would start off with the program, and then within the program you would get exposure to content that is relevant to your lifestyle, the ability to self-monitor, to log certain things, and we also combine it with a coach, with with some social support as well. So the program is modeled off of the CDC's diabetes prevention program, philosophically speaking, in that we put these components in place in order to to help people. So our company we think about it as a digital wellness behavior change company.
So somebody would come to your company if they had something that they wanted to change.
Yeah, that's right. So they would come if they're trying to develop a different habit for a healthy lifestyle. And so our first program is our weight loss program. We also have a mood program, which is geared towards stress management. And that is for people wanting to develop some new coping skills for managing their day-to-day stress.
It says on your bio that you're a clinical psychologist. Did you, or are you practicing in a traditional sense? You see patients?
Yes, yes, I do. I maintain a private practice on the side, and that is very important so that I do not lose my clinical skills. And also, I get to do another thing that I am passionate about and what I went to school for, which is to help people in a more traditional sense as well.
Is there one particular thing that you get the most of? Like with your patients, is there one that so many people are struggling with?
Really different. Yeah, it really varies. And I think even coming to even just the process of identifying what is that unique impact or that unique struggle that every person has, I think is such a big part of the process. So I wouldn't say that there's like one thing that I can point to that, most people are struggling with. It's really, I really believe in the power of personalization and digging deep to understand what's going on with everybody individually.
Well, Andreas, I think we're going to wind this up. We are just about out of time. Thank you so much for coming on. Can you give out the website again, please?
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's noom.com, Noom.com. For the book, you can get it wherever books are sold or audiobooks as well. You can also check the book out on the website, which is noom.com/book. And thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for coming on the show. Best of luck.
Thank you. You too.